Malcolm Meets Yoda Part 3. In our first episode, Malcolm met Yoda and went quickly over threshold. In our second episode, Malcolm stayed under threshold more than he went over threshold. And now in our third session, Malcolm is staying under threshold consistently. We are now working on Malcolm walking up to, on a loose leash, to meet Yoda and not jump on Yoda's head when he gets close to him. This is teaching Malcolm proper greeting behaviors when meeting strange dogs out in public. Welcome back. John has brought Yoda for our third and final session on Malcolm meeting Yoda. From now on, we're going to be working on Malcolm and Yoda doing their Canine Good Citizen test practices. We're waiting to see whether Malcolm needs to work more on seeing Yoda come into sight without barking, or if we can go straight to our Canine Good Citizen practice. As you can see, Malcolm is aware that Yoda is nearby, so I give him a little more space. And we're waiting for Yoda to come out from behind the cars. John's offloading him from his truck right now. That tap was just to get his attention. Very good. He saw Yoda, and look at the tail. He's happy. So we can actually begin our lesson. Now, when I moved closer and he put pressure on his leash, it got him a little too excited and he barked. So I'm taking him behind the camera and I'm giving him treats. And now we're playing walking to the goal line. Walking to the goal line is
much better.
Working the dog to get to his goal on a loose leash. Each time he puts tension on the leash, I walk back to our start point and we start all over again. So he gets penalty yards every time he puts tension on the leash or shoots forward. Each time we get a little further, and this time I'm trying to treat him for checking in with me. I was a little slow, but we got it. And each time he improves because he wants to get to the goal line. Now, Malcolm is unusual. He does these lessons very, very quickly, so he makes it look like getting to the goal line is actually very easy. With some dogs, it's not. He got really happy to see Yoda right there, so we went back to our goal line. Our goal line is right around the camera. So we're going to start again. He started to go forward. He was going to put tension on the leash, so I turned around and went back before he could actually hit the end of the leash. We got almost all the way to Yoda before that happened. So we start back, penalty yards. In a little bit here, you're going to see Malcolm start to sniff the ground. He reached Yoda and said his hellos. When he sniffs the ground, he's using what I taught him in our earlier lessons. That one way to calm himself down is to sniff the ground. All right, he jumped on Yoda's head. We got all the way to Yoda, and he got to jump on Yoda's head for a second as his reward. There's actually a guy walking by us off camera there, around his house. Sniffing the ground for Malcolm in this case is his self-calming technique. And it's okay because it was something I was teaching him to do. Dropping his head, sniffing the ground. He's trying really hard to calm himself down when he's getting up to Yoda. And it's an excellent thing to see that he's using what we had taught him in the last two lessons to calm himself down. So he didn't lose as many penalty yards this time. And what we're doing now is just working that trouble spot. And much better. And he did it! Yay, Malcolm! So helping him understand he needs to get up to Yoda on a loose leash and then sit and face me took us 5 minutes. I have had dogs that have taken several lessons before they get this. It's not normal for Malcolm to work so fast as he does on a lot of his lessons, but it's lovely to have. We're now going to work on continued improvement towards going up and sitting down and not mugging Yoda, and now actually start the whole meet and greet procedure. Excellent. He sat down, and then he tried to mug Yoda. Well, we're getting there. I'm sorry about some of the grumbling in the background. Max and Malcolm are feeling reined in today and are grumbling at each other. There, John gave Malcolm some distance with Yoda. Yoda's a little excited too. Malcolm did an excellent job. He didn't react to Yoda's excitement. He focused back in on me. He sat down. We finally figured out part of the reason why Malcolm didn't want to sit is because I was sitting him in a puddle. And once I figured out that was part of the problem, I just stopped asking for a sit. I just asked for calm behavior when we got to Yoda. Excellent. And a little bit of redirection and just reminding him to remember his manners by blocking him with the leash. When he felt the pressure on the leash, he stopped. And we went past Yoda without reacting to him. Yay! Jackpot. A little bit more of the jackpot there. Now we're going to walk by, and we need to retry that because we're going to jump on Yoda's head. I love teenage dogs. Let's try it again. A little distance. You see I moved over a little bit. Sniffing. Beautiful job, Malcolm. Sniffing to keep himself calm because the last one didn't work and we had to take a penalty. Very good. He's got great spirit still. And now he's figuring out what I want. I'm asking for a sit, and I think this is about when I figure out what the problem is. Okay, he sat in the puddle. Chuck on the chin, and a treat when we get past, because I wanted to get the idea it's getting past that dog, that's what I want. Walk by, and a treat when we went past, when he did that beautiful glance. And the more we practice Malcolm going to Yoda, he's getting better at it. Excellent. And I think it's really close to when I finally figured out that he was sitting in a puddle and it was bugging him. Excellent work, and treat when we pass. Perfect. So he's putting the behavior chain together now.
Okay, so we're going to reverse it. I sit still, you work Yoda.
So as you hear, I'm now going to reverse it. Malcolm learned how to go to Yoda and stay calm. Now Malcolm needs to have Yoda come to him and stay calm. And Malcolm did very good until right there. Excellent. And I know there's tension there, but Malcolm's putting it on. Very good.
Yes.
And then I immediately reward him for what I want because he did excellent. Now I've got him short leashed right now, so he can't get himself into much trouble too. But I'm making sure that when he's sitting, he's got a loose leash.
Oh, good work, Malcolm.
And Malcolm is getting the idea. Now notice I turned a little towards Malcolm. And I'm going to slowly pivot until I'm facing the same way Malcolm is, so that he gets the whole picture. But turning towards him is giving a bit more success. See, I finally figured out. Just stop asking him to sit. He sat on his own because handshaking apparently is a cue that he should sit. How lovely is that?
I know why he doesn't want to sit. It's because his butt's getting wet.
See, I finally figured it out. I'm slow, but I got it. It only took me 11 minutes. And Yoda needs this practice too, because he's going to be taking the Canine Good Citizen test. I reminded Malcolm I want him to stay. Malcolm did some self-correction. That was very good.
Yeah, he's biting the puddle.
So we're going to do this one more time, one more way, which is both dogs walking towards each other. After John and Yoda get good, and Malcolm gets good with dogs coming to him.
So good. Yes.
Excellent. So Malcolm is very good at this part of it.
Because they're all different pictures for them.
So these are 3 different pictures. Thank you, Max. Please don't eat your brother. These are 3 different pictures. One picture is Malcolm going to Yoda. The other picture is Yoda coming to Malcolm. The last picture is both of them coming towards each other at the same time. So this is what we're going to work on now.
Nice work.
And it was a cold, wet day when we were doing this, which is fine.
Each other. Come here, Mama. Come on. Here we go.
And Malcolm's really happy to see Yoda. And if you remember the first time he ever saw Yoda, he was quite upset by Yoda's presence. So this has been a lovely round of 3 to teach Malcolm how to meet a new dog. Excellent. Malcolm is using his keep your head down and not make yourself excited. Lovely work on that one. They both did really good. Each picture gave them an image or a part for this particular part of the training.
Yes, good dog.
And Malcolm is getting tired. We've gone almost 15 minutes with this training by the time we were done. Very good. Some love and a treat afterwards. Very good. I'm starting to incorporate that chin rub or cheek rub as a reinforcer for when he's doing behaviors that I'm not going to reward every time with food. Yoda's picking up what Malcolm didn't eat.
All right, let's go.
Very good. Lovely loose leash work there.
It's chilly out here for doing this.
And it was a cold day, but it was so worth the effort that we put into this. We had other plans for these two, but we canceled them for the day because it was too wet. Malcolm's still working on keeping himself calm. I would like to see by the time we get done with all of this training, Malcolm's head up.
Here you go. Okay, that should do it. I think they got a good practice session. They both got really good at it.
So that was it. They did fantastic, and I really want to thank John and Yoda for all this work.